All right, so today we're talking upcoming releases. We got a first look at a Jordan Brand classic, which many people feel like will be shock dropping very soon. Plus, things aren't looking too great for this major Adidas collaboration, which is getting ready to make a big return. And it appears that we may have a major policy change towards Nike, which is going to only benefit us here as consumers. So if this turns out to actually be the case, let's just say the floodgates are about to be wide open. Stay tuned. We're talking all this plus more. And to begin, let's go ahead and start with yesterday's Yeezy Gap drop, which went down via the folks over at the Los Angeles Archive. So yesterday they blessed us with the Yeezy Gap Balenciaga Dove hoodie, which originally retailed at $240. They hit us with a steal price for just $75. So not only are you dealing with the people looking to get this quality garment at an affordable price, but you also got to deal with the resellers. So once this went live at 3 p.m. Eastern, it was a quick sellout, but thankfully enough, the staff over at the Los Angeles Archive let us know that they are canceling and restocking the bot purchases just to keep refreshing if you haven't gotten yours yet. So once the hoodies restocked, let's just say it was so easy that I almost feel like it was just like too easy, and I'm kind of worried that my order may get canceled or something like that. So hopefully everything, went well. I feel like this drop was a success. Salute to the Los Angeles Archive for just making this such an easy process. And I guess we'll have to wait and see once everybody gets the hoodies in. And on top of that, I'm curious to see, what future drops they got planned coming up soon. So let me know if any of you guys went for these. So Fear of God Athletics, the once very promising collaboration from Adidas. Let's just say after the initial debut launch back in December, most people have kind of lost interest, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because the people that actually want to buy this stuff, it makes all of this stuff a lot easier to access for them. But as far as on the business side of things, low sales would equal to less growth. So with all of that being said, it looks like the good old folks over at Soul Retriever, they have shared a preview of the upcoming release, which is scheduled to go down coming up here in August. So we got 3 footwear items to take a look at. First up, we got the Fear of God slides, which this is actually not a new colorway, but a restock of the first pair, which we saw drop from that initial debut drop. Many people criticize the fact that Jerry really hasn't done much to move the needle as far as the design language here, as these appear to just look the same as your standard Adidas slide. But in my opinion, I feel like it's all in the details, and while he could have did a little bit more with this model, I feel like it's on par with the whole Fear of God aesthetic. We also have a new colorway of the Los Angeles Runner, which this is actually not a restock, but a slightly new shade of gray, which you could barely tell the difference from the original pair that dropped. And then for the basketball model, probably the most popular out of the 3 here, we have this new gray and black pair. So in my opinion, not doing too much to really wow people over. They criticize the initial first couple of drops. So for me, if this is all we're gonna see for this drop, I would have to say it's a disappointment. But then again, this is just a preview, and we could potentially expect to see more clothing items as well as footwear items for this big drop. So I think the big thing that everybody's waiting on is for that next basketball model to drop. And until then, I would just say that most people have kind of lost interest. And switching gears over to Jordan Brand, it looks like we've learned from Sneaker Leaker Brandon, that dude from over on Twitter, apparently Jason Tatum, he's gonna be getting his own Jordan 1 collaboration. So of course, this would fall in line with other Jordan Brand signees, which we've seen have their own Jordan 1 collabs, such as Zion Williamson, Chris Paul. The cool thing about these releases, they usually contain some unique design elements. So this should be a huge look for JT, especially coming off of his NBA championship as well as the Summer Olympic Games. So be on the lookout for these, which are scheduled to drop holiday season 2024. Now we also got a first look at the Jordan 3 Black Cements, which are scheduled to drop coming up in November. So these images right here got everybody speculating that we could see a possible shock drop very soon, but it appears that these images actually come from the back end of JD Sports and not the Nike Sneakers app. So generally when you see these images load up to the Sneakers app on Nike servers, it means you can expect a release to follow suit shortly afterwards. But because these actually come from the back end of JD Sports, don't expect this shock drop anytime soon. Now, it doesn't mean that these won't shock drop, but I just wouldn't expect it to be anytime soon. So these joints coming soon based off these images. Most people people are saying this is the most true to form that we've seen since the original pair back in '88. So that should be a big one that everybody's checking for, you know, come the end of the year. And we got a first look as Jordan Brand has officially unveiled the new Air Jordan 39. So this is where it all starts with the mainline numbered Jordan Brand releases, and why everybody's been highly critical of Nike and Jordan Brand's lack of innovation. Apparently these Jordan 39s are going to feature an innovative new full-length Zoom X foam Air Zoom midsole combo for a premium cushioning experience. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but it should all be a great thing. So let me know if you guys are rocking with any of these upcoming Jordan 39s. And as far as these mainline numbered Jordan releases, I couldn't tell you guys the last time I bought a pair. I would have to say it was probably like the 21s or 22s, something like that, which dropped back when I used to work at Champs, like all the way back in high school for like a few months or something like that. And lastly, it looks like we are potentially witnessing a major Nike policy change, which in my opinion, this move will only benefit us here as consumers. So recently it's been discovered that German-based retailer BSTN are now offering international shipping for Nike and Jordan Brand products. So you're probably wondering, like, why is this a big deal? Well, actually Nike previously prohibited international shipping or shipping outside of a retailer's designated home area, which according to Nike, they have terms and conditions of sale in place with with individual retail partners to better serve consumers in each territory with the right assortment based on local demand. So essentially what Nike's saying here is that you can only sell products in your own region. So with BSTN, a German-based retailer, now offering international shipping, I would say this is a pretty big deal because, as you guys know, stuff that normally would sell out over here in the US is generally widely available overseas, sometimes sitting. So just for example, you got the Air Max Thunder, a new release over here on the Sneakers app, which actually is a reintroduction of a retro model. These joints are currently sitting basically with a full size run overseas. You also got classics such as the Air Force One Linen, a once Japanese exclusive release sold out via the Sneakers app. Joints are just sitting overseas. And on top of this, the great thing is that a lot of these international retailers actually drop stuff early. So for example, you got the Foamposite One International Blue, which aren't scheduled to drop until August, are already available overseas. So I don't know if this is an official Nike policy change where they're now allowing retailers to sell stuff internationally, or who knows, maybe BSTN is just bending the rules because right now shit's sitting, they got to move units, so maybe they're just kind of bending the rules. They know it's against Nike's policy, but they're doing it anyway. So let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know if you've been able to find any other online international retailers which are offering international shipping. Remember, this is just for Nike and Jordan Brand products, but this is a new major change. I feel like it's only going to benefit us here as consumers. So drop your feedback down below. Let me know what you guys think about all the topics covered today. Of course, we're going to wrap things up right here. So I'm Jay. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button. So make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Love.